Are Ogre Slaughtermasters any good in patch 5.1? Actually, this won't be that long a video because 1, they're good, 2, they're functionally very similar to Scrag the Slaughterer, and I don't think that's a knock. That means they're beefy spellcasters with lots of guts, and that applies to both varieties. So let's take a look. Slaughtermasters are recruited for 1,000 nominal gold and 250 upkeep per turn, with 6,508 health on ultra unit size. Armor is 40, and unlike Scrag, they get shields blocking 30% of small arms fire, impressive for ogres. Missile resistance is base 15% regardless, leadership starts at a mere 60, which isn't horrid. Speed is 54 and charge speed 70, which is lower than most ogres. Melee attack starts at 40 with an attack interval of 4, medium splash target size, and a max targets actually damaged of 5, notably less than Scrag. Melee defense starts at 48, which appears to be the Iron Fist rule as applied by Creative Assembly. Weapon strength is given as 400, split between 120 base and 280 armor piercing, and no bonus versus large or versus infantry, but that split is by no means at all bad. Charge bonus is 44 and mass is 2100. Like Scrag, we have Siege Attacker, Wall Breaker, Ogre Charge, Hide in Forest, and immunity to contact effects such as poison, but not limited to that at all. It is limited to him as the individual. Chaos Dwarfs have to research an armament tech to give this buff to units, because it's good. The blue and red lines are exactly 100% like Scrag, including Healer in the first batch of 3 pep skills, Reader of Portents midway for plus 10% research rate, and Diviner of Omens max plus 12% building income for local province. Just keep those in mind. Also, like Scrag, the magic line has Meat Cleaver in the midpoint, plus 8 bonus versus infantry permanently, and extra ingredients as the capstone, requiring melee brawling to recharge, but it's a fat, robust bonus to wins charging in battle. You want it. In the top line, a lot is also like Scrag in that you can get bonuses to health, wins reserves, a bit of magic resistance, physical resistance, missile resistance to boost your base, and horrific stench grants causes terror. Is that like Scrag? No! Scrag doesn't get any terror from his skills at all that I saw, so that is different. At rank 20, the Slaughtermaster can choose one of 5 special skills, mutually exclusive. Renowned Feastmaster grants old school 0 condition regeneration for 0.1% health per second, but minus 20% fire resistance. Prophet of the Great Maw gives corruption minus 2 to local province and more to the point, minus 10% cooldown to spells. Emissary of the Great Maw adds plus 2 control and plus 2 leadership to your army specifically. Poison Master reduces attrition by 20% across the board and grants poison attacks to the Slaughtermaster. So this is, quite daft to take if your Slaughtermaster has the Cunning trait and already inflicts poison, just saying. Grand Slaughterer is in Scrag's image, granting plus 8 melee attack and plus 15% weapon strength, which is very legit. Now keep in mind that as a generic caster lord, the Slaughtermaster can also equip 5 items and the regular number of ancillaries. And ogres can get some very interesting and in some cases faction-unique items, so there's growth potential. How do you use a Slaughtermaster? Well, that depends a lot on the circumstances. There are times when I prefer to hide one in a forest and skip a lot of the action, but that's often when winds of magic are low. Keep in mind that Great Maw casters self-heal a lot, but beasts do not. Beast is like any other beast caster, and that can mean Flock of Doom on zombie hordes for 70k damage in a battle. So these casters can be very strong, but both cases tend away from simply whittling down enemies with direct damage, and that means you are dependent on your army to help you smash things. And then you help the army do that smashing. On the other hand, you're playing ogres, so this is a problem. Why exactly? One thing to mention, apparently ogres had more access to lores in the tabletop, specifically Death and Heavens, so we don't have all the lores in-game. That may change with the next version. Ideally, as in, if you can get away with it and survive with your lord intact, the Slaughtermaster belongs at the center of the fight, casting and slaying in equal measure. Just because he's a caster doesn't mean he stops being an armor-piercing monster-sized lord. Just remember he will drown when facing monstrous troops himself, killing only one at a time, and that's at best. All that said, they're often somewhere between relevant and amazing in support of your forces, and if tyrants weren't so solid, we'd probably go all Slaughtermasters and never look back. As it is, butchers exist, and that'll be the next video, but Slaughtermasters are available from turn 1 to both playable ogre factions, and that's not an option Empire gets, so don't sit on it. If you need the spells, get a Slaughtermaster and cast away. Of course, this gives you an extra reason to use the meat offering that provides wins per turn. Just saying. Take care, and have fun dooming your foes. With flocks, it adds up.